Now in this paper number 33, question numbers 1 to 3. Now the first 3 questions are based on assumptions. Now question number 1, assumption means what was there in the speaker's mind before making a statement is an assumption, or the reasons behind that person to make this type of statement is an assumption. Then the government announced. The government already announced a heavy package, heavy compensation package for all the victims of the terrorist attack. Now before doing this one, what was there in the government's mind? Or what are the reasons behind that government's mind to make this, isn't it, to take this decision? Now the government announced a very heavy compensation package for all the victims of the terrorist attack. Now such incidents of terror may not occur in near future. Are they thinking anything regarding this one while giving this one? No. Now what these people, the government people are thinking about whether there will be or there won't be in the near future, no information regarding that. The only thing what the government is doing is, now they want to help to the people who are the victims of this terrorist attack. Hence first one cannot be an assumption. Second, compensation may mitigate the anger among the citizens against the current government, isn't it? Now sir, why are they doing this one? Now in order to mitigate the problem. What is the problem here? Now here the people are very angry. There could be the persons are angry on this government. Hence by doing so, at least some part of this anger can be mitigated, isn't it? Hence what is your answer here? Only 2 is implicit. Only 2, and it is given choice 2. Then coming to question number 2, gambling through lotteries is banned by the central government, and it is banned by whom? The central government in all the states with immediate effect. Then assumption, while banning this one, what was there in the government's mind? Central government. This may save innocent citizens from getting cheated for their hard amount earned money, isn't it? Whether this was there in their mind or not. What is the main reason behind the government to ban this one? Because now many innocent citizens are being cheated by this. Their hard earned money, and these people are getting cheated. Hence 1 is implicit. This is the reason why the government has banned this. And the second, the citizens may not gamble in any other way if the lotteries are banned. Now see, this government's main motive is to control the persons who are playing this lotteries, isn't it? And whether these persons go to the other gambling forms and what the government is thinking about this one, it is nowhere clearly specified. Now in the above statement is talking about lotteries, and their government's assumption regarding the other gamble forms nowhere clearly given. And so what is your answer here? Only 1 is implicit, that is choice 1. Question number 2, choice 1. Then question number 3, should coal engines be replaced? Should coal engines be replaced by electric engines in trains? Now should these coal engines be replaced by these electric engines? Now yes and no means it is not an assumption. It is what this is? This is strong and weak arguments, isn't it? Strong and weak arguments. And see here 1 is strong, here 2 is strong, either arguments 1 or 2 is strong, and here neither argument 1 nor 2 is strong, and finally both the arguments are strong. Both the arguments are strong. And this is what the information we have. Now next one. Now S. S means these coal engines should be replaced by electric engines, because then continue this one. Now we should give a valid reason why this coal engine should be replaced by this electric engines. Now coal engines cause a lot of pollution, whether there is necessity to decrease the pollution or not. Hence 1 is strong or not? First 1 is strong. There is a need to change the coal engines, because with the help of these coal engines we are having more and more pollution. To decrease the pollution, these coal engines must be replaced with this engine, electric engine. Second one, no, these coal engines should not be replaced. Why? India does not produce enough electricity to fulfill even the domestic needs. Now for the domestic needs, what happened to the domestic needs here? Now the domestic needs, now the government is not in a position to produce the power. Hence, now sir, if they change with this one, if they convert this or replace this coal engines with electric engines, then what happens here? As of now, we are not having any power, and still if you convert this one, then we need some more power, and it will create more number of problems rather than solving. Hence, what is the answer here? No, we should not convert, isn't it? No, we should not convert because we cannot able to give required power to those electric engines. Either one, now sir, as of now 1 is strong, 2 is strong. As 1 is strong and 2 is strong, then we are left with either both 1 and 2 or either 1 or 2. Now sir, here in this one, these arguments are what? These arguments is not for implementation. Argument is not at all for implementation. Implementation comes under which category? Courses of action. Now in the case of courses of action, problem will be given, then whether this has to be implemented or not, whether this is the apt solution to the above problem or not. But as here, in the case of arguments, he is just asking your opinion regarding this. Opinion need not necessarily be implemented. At the same time, then again we have a choice like either 1 or 2. Then when can we have a choice like either 1 or 2? Either 1 or 2, if at all, if you have a choice like either 1 or 2 in the arguments, one argument must be of S type, another argument must be of no type. Now individually this must be strong and this is also strong, and both these two must talk about the same point, then it is either or. One must be yes, another must be no, both must be strong. At the same time, these two, yes and no, while giving this valid reason, both must talk about the same point. Then only it is the case of either or. Then coming to this one, yes, coal engines cause a lot of pollution, isn't it? And next in this one, India does not produce enough electricity to fulfill even the domestic needs. Then, now in the first one, rather than talking about these coal engines, yes, these engines should be replaced. Why? We are, okay, India is producing abundant power, we are having abundant in power, and there is lots of power wastage is there. Then what happens here? Yes, coal engines should be replaced because there is a pollution, and at the same time, India is having abundant power, and this power is being wasted. Hence, this has to be replaced. Then we are talking about the same point. What is the same point? In the second one, we are talking about lack of power, and in the first one, we are talking about abundant of power. Then these two are talking about the same point, and these two are contradictory to each other. Hence, it is the case of either or. Clear now? If at all, if you want to have the case of either or, one must be strong, two must be strong. At the same time, both must be contradicting with each other on the same point. Then we will get the case of either or. Done with this one? And this is about question number 3. Then, whatever this question number 4 here? Now in this question number 4, who among A, B, C, D and E was the first to reach the station? Now how many statements are there? There are 3 statements. As 3 statements are there, data sufficient. In these type of questions, we should always go through the choices. The first priority should always be for individual statements. Now only 2. A reached earlier. 5 persons are there. A reached earlier than both C and E, and but could not reach earlier than D. But could not reach earlier than D. D who was at the station? D was at the station before B. As D was at the station before B. And how many persons are there? 5 persons. As 5 persons are there, and A reached earlier than both C and E. As A reached earlier than both C and E cannot be at the first place. Are you following this one or not? And C and E cannot be at the first place because A is coming before them. But could not reach earlier than B. As A could not reach earlier than D, hence D is earlier than A. Are you following or not? D is earlier than A, hence A cannot be at the first place. Now we are left with either B or D can be at the first place. Then, but could not reach earlier than D. D who was at the station before B. Now D came before B. As D came before B, B cannot be at the first place. Then who is the person who came at the first place? D. And so are you getting the answer or not? And so how do we get the answer here? Only with the help of 3 we are getting the answer. Then if you work out 2 and 3, whether you will get the answer or not? Is this clear or not? Now sir, as anyhow only 2 alone is sufficient to determine the answer. Any combination with 2 will always get the answer. But whereas in choice 2 and 3 also you will get the answer. Is there any necessity for us to combine 3 along with 2 in order to get the answer? Not required. And this cannot be your answer. And with the help of this one also you will get the answer, because 2 is already being used. Hence, all these 3 were ruled out. Now we are left with only choice 3. Are you following this one or not? Now, hence that is the very basic reason we are discussing about the priority. Now in the priority you are checking out what? Only 1, only 2, only 3. If you are getting with only 2, 1 and 2 also you will get the answer. 2 and 3 also you will get the answer. Any combination of 2 will definitely get the answer. And rather than going like this, if you straight away go with this one, or if you go with this one, you will get the answer. Here also you will get the answer, because only 2 alone is sufficient. Any combination of 2 will always give your answer. And the first priority should always be for individual statements, then combination of 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2, then all the 3. Done? And this is about question number 4. Then what about question number 5 here? Now in this question number 5, and P, K, R, S, T and U. Who are the persons here? P, K, R, S, T and U are the 6 persons, are seated around a circular table facing the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 facing the center. Who is seated opposite to P? Now the question is about the person who is opposite to P, and all the persons are facing the center. Then what is the first priority here? Only 1. Only 1. Kiran and Ramesh are seated opposite to each other. As Kiran and Ramesh are seated opposite to each other, there is no information about P at all. 1 alone is not sufficient. Then individual statements were not there, then we are going for combination. Next 1 and 2. What is 2 here? Now Tinku may sit either on the left of Kiran or on the immediate right of Ramesh. Now Kiran, if Kiran is at this place, Ramesh will be here. Then Tinku. Tinku is what? Tinku can be either to the left hand side of Kiran or on the immediate right of Ramesh. Then what is the second possibility we can have? If Kiran is here and Ramesh will be here and Tinku can be here. This Tinku may sit on either to the left of Kiran or to the right of Ramesh. Now 1 and 2. Now with the help of 1 and 2, who is seated opposite to P? If P is here, T is the answer. Or if P is here, the other person U will be the answer. And so are we getting 2 different answers or not? Either T can be opposite or U can be opposite. Hence 1 and 2 is not sufficient. As 1 and 2 is not sufficient, then we should check out for 2 and 3. Yes, tell me what about 2 and 3 here? In total we have some 6 persons, and Tinku may sit. Sanju cannot sit opposite Tinku, and Parmesh cannot sit opposite Tinku, and Parmesh cannot be opposite to Tinku, and Sanju cannot be opposite to Tinku. Hence, and P cannot be opposite, S cannot be opposite to Tinku. Then condition number 2, Tinku may sit on either to the left of Kiran. If Kiran is here, Tinku will be here. And what is the second possibility wherein we can have this? If R is here and this Tinku can be here. Tinku may sit on the either left of Kiran or to the immediate right of Ramesh. Sanju cannot sit opposite Tinku. S cannot be here, and Sanju cannot be opposite to Tinku, and at the same time Parmesh cannot be opposite to Tinku. Hence P, S, T, R cannot be here. Then who are the persons left over here? K, R, U can be opposite to Tinku, isn't it? K, R, U can be opposite, and this place must be either K, R, U. Hence 2 and 3 is also not sufficient. As 2 and 3 is not sufficient, then by combining all this. Now condition number 1, Kiran and Ramesh are seated opposite to each other, and second one we have taken this one. Now let us take this one. Sanju cannot opposite Tinku. Now Sanju cannot be at this place, and Parmesh cannot be here. Sanju cannot be here, Parmesh cannot be here, R cannot be here, T cannot be here, K cannot be here. 5 persons cannot be here. Then who is the only person left over here? The only person who is left over is U must be opposite to whom? T. If U and T are opposite here, are we getting any answer in this case? If Parmes is here, Parmes can be either here or here. If Parmes is here, then who will be opposite to Parmes? S is opposite. Or if Parmes is here, S is opposite. Though the position of Parmes is not fixed, but where the position is opposite to Parmes is Sanju. And in this case, let us take, and Sanju cannot be opposite to Tinku. Hence, in this one, Sanju cannot be here. At the same time, Parmes cannot be here, S and P cannot be here, S, P, K, R, T cannot be here. Hence, U must be here. If U is here, if P is here, S will be opposite, or if P is here, S will be here. Though there are different possibilities. In all the given possibilities, the answer is one and the same. P and S are opposite to each other. And the question is about who is opposite to this one. S who is opposite to this one, S is opposite. How do we got the answer? Only by using all the three statements, choice 4 is the answer. Done with this? Now this is about question number 4 and 5 and 3 statements data sufficiency. 3 statements data sufficient. Then coming to question number 6 to 10. Yes, so how many of you had done this one? Question number 6 to 10, tell me. Now question number 6 to 10. Now in this, how many persons are there? Are total 10 friends are going to write an examination. In that 5 males, and tell me who are those males. Manish, next Mahesh, Manish, Mahesh, Mallesh, Mukesh and Mojesh. Mukesh and who is the other person? Mojesh. Are the 5 persons. Are the 5 persons and 5 females. Who are the 5 females? Tell me. Maina and Meena. Why are you writing here? Earlier we haven't written this one because here all the names are starting with the same letter. There is every confusing of this one. Hence better to write this. Mohana and Maya. Mohana and Maya are the 5 girls. 5 boys and 5 girls, males and females. Some of them are facing south and some of them are facing north, but only some of them are facing each other. Only some of them are facing each other means 1 and 1. These 2 persons, north and south, are opposite to each other. And no female seated at the extreme end of the line, and no 2 men seated the immediate neighbors. No female seated at the extreme ends of the line, and no 2 men seated immediate neighbors. As no 2 men seated immediate neighbors, tell me what are the different possibilities we can have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, now sir, no two men are adjacent to each other. At the same time, no female is at the corners. As no female is at the corners, so how many corners are there? 4 corners. Hence, among these 4 corners, only males should be present at these 4 corners. Isn't it? As males are present at these corners, then what happened to this one? Another male can be either at this place or at this place. Why it was so? Because no 2 males are adjacent to each other. And in the rest of the places, only 5 persons. If this person is a male, all these are females. Or if this person is a male, all these are females. Clear? This is how these persons were seated. Clear now? Now these four males must be at the corners, and one of the remaining male must be at the center of one of the row. And the remaining 5 are females. Then, no female seated at any extreme end. Then what is the condition here? Manish and Mahesh are seated at the ends of the line. Manish and Mahesh. Now, if Manish is here, there are two different possibilities, isn't it? Now, sir, here we can fix at any place. If Manish is here, Mahesh will be here. Or in the second row, Manish and Mahesh in any order, isn't it? Manish and Mahesh are seated at ends of the line, and one of them seated immediate neighbor of mine, and one of them seated to the immediate neighbor of Maina. Hence, Manish can be immediate neighbor of Maina. Or, what is the second case we have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As Mahesh is here, this Mahesh can be adjacent to whom? Adjacent to Maina. isn't it? And this person must be Manish. Now there are two possibilities in this. Manish and Mahesh are seated at ends of the line, and one of them seated immediate neighbor of Meena. Immediate neighbor of Meena. Meena is seated second to the left of Mohana. Meena is seated second to the left of Mohana. Now in this case, Meena is seated second to the left of Mohana. If Meena is here, then Mohana will be here, isn't it? And this Mohana will be towards north, because Meena is seated second to the left. And in this case, in this one also the same way. If Mohana is here, Meena is here. Because the direction of this Mohana is not known, no, we are assuming this Mohana is towards north. Or is towards south, these two persons will be interchanged. That's the only difference. And Meena is to the second to the left of Mohana. Next one. Meena is seated second to the left of Mohana. Mahesh is not facing Mallesh. Mahesh is not facing Mallesh, hence Mallesh cannot be here. As Mallesh cannot be at this place, Mallesh cannot be here, Mallesh cannot be at this place. Hence Mallesh can be at either at the center or opposite to this Manish. And not facing Mallesh. Meena and Maya are immediate neighbors. Meena and Maya are immediate neighbors. Maya. X Maya is at this. If Maya is here, then whatever this one, these three persons are in the first row, isn't it? Maya. Meena and Maya are adjacent to each other. Another female will be here, and another female will be at this place. And this person is a male. And here also, this person is a male. And one of them person is neighbor, and one of them facing. Meena and Maya are immediate neighbors, and one of them is facing Meena. Yes, one of them is facing Meena means who is that person facing Meena? Meena is facing Meena. As Meena and Meena are facing each other, these two persons are facing towards each other. Meena is facing towards south, and Meena is facing towards north, facing each other. Facing each other means these two persons must be opposite to each other. And similarly here also, and one of them persons is facing Meena. As one of them is facing Meena, see here. Now in the second case, now Meena is here, but whereas these two persons, none of these two persons are facing Meena, isn't it? And the second case is invalid or not? Because one of these persons must be facing this Meena between these two, but as here that person is not facing, the second case is ruled out. Now we are left with only a single case. Done with this now? Are you following or not? Then, and Mukesh is not facing any person, but seated between two females. Now this Mukesh is seated between two females. Yes, where is the possibility wherein one person can be seated in between two females? Yes, tell me, where should this Mukesh be? Mukesh must be in between. Mukesh must be in, this person is Mohana. And Mukesh must be at this place, isn't it? In between two females. And what happened to this one? This Mukesh is not facing anyone. As this Mukesh is not facing any person, hence this Mukesh must be facing towards the south. He is not facing anyone. Then whatever this Mallesh cannot be opposite to Mahesh, hence Mallesh must be at this place. Are you following this one or not? Mallesh must be at this place. Mallesh done. Then who is the person after Manish, Mahesh, Mallesh, Mukesh and Mojesh. And this person must be Mojesh. And coming to these girls, Meena done and Meena completed. Meena, Mona is left over. Mohana and Maya, and this person is Mona. Mona is left over. And Mukesh not facing any person but seated between two females. But seated between whom? But seated between two females. Mohana facing north. Mukesh not facing to any person but seated between two females. Immediate neighbors of Mohana are not facing to any others. Immediate neighbors of Mohana are not facing any others means this Mojesh and Mukesh must be facing towards south, because they are not facing anyone and not facing any others. But Mohana facing north. Mohana is facing north, isn't it? Clearly again. And this C is seated opposite to a male. This is false. Now this person C is opposite to a female. And this person must be opposite to a female. Clear now? Opposite to a female. Mallesh is seated to the immediate left of the one who is opposite to. Mallesh is sitting immediate left of the one who is seated opposite to Meena. Opposite to Meena is Meena. and this Mallesh is seated to the immediate left of Maina. And one of the immediate neighbors of Mohana seated at the extreme right hand. Now immediate neighbor of Mohana, who is that person? Moses, seated at the extreme right hand. That means Mohana must be at this place only. If Mohana is here, this Mohana should face this person must be a female. Clear? Hence earlier facing a male is wrong. Moses is the immediate neighbor of Mohana. Moses is the immediate neighbor of Mohana. Clear? Now this is the final arrangement of this one. And you have taken Manish and Mahesh at this place. And in the second case, we can take Manish and Mahesh. In this case, the answer will always remain the same. It doesn't matter at all. Done with this? Let's write down this final arrangement, question number 6 to 10. Then 11 to 15. Can you work out this one or not? 11 to 15. Yes, what is order here? First I am explaining here. Manish, Maina, Maya, Mona, Mahesh, Mallesh, Meena, Mukesh, Mohana and Moses. Then question number 16 to 20. Adhe cheppa female marchukomani. That case is not at all possible. Because this person must be adjacent to one of the end. Adjacent to one of the end, this person is a female. Opposite persons must be a female. Because adjacent to this person must be this one. This place is adjacent to a corner place. Corner place is a male. Two males cannot be adjacent to each other. That case is completely invalid. Follow here, corner lo manaki evaru undali, males undali. Ee Mohana emaindi corner ki pakka place. ఈమెకి ఆపోజిట్ ఎవరు ఉండాలి? మేల్ ఉంటే ఇద్దరు మేల్స్ పక్క పక్క అయిపోతారు, మనకు వచ్చే ఛాన్సే లేదు. అందుకే అక్కడ ఫీమేల్ తీసుకుని సరిపోతుంది. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ స్మాల్ టైపింగ్ మిస్టేక్ ఐ సీమ్స్ అండ్ ఇట్ కెనాట్ బి ద కేస్. దెన్ 16 to 20, షల్ ఐ స్టార్ట్ విత్ దిస్ వన్? 16 to 20 చెప్పండి, చేశారా? 16 to 20 డన్? నో నీడ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దిస్ వన్. 16 to 20 చేశారా? అయిపోయిందా? Now 16 to 20. 7 airlines A, B, C, D, E, F and Z depart from X airport every Wednesday. Okay, every Wednesday. How many flights are there here? In total we have some 7 airlines. 7 airlines. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 airlines. Then what is the information provided regarding these 7 airlines? Now 7 airlines. In these 7 airlines, X airports every Wednesday. C airlines are the earliest to depart. Now sir, what are the? Now first let us write down the airlines and afterwards the time of their departure, isn't it? Departure time. And next one, arrival time, departure and arrival, and finally the journey time, isn't it? Now sir, how many parameters we have? We have some 4 parameters. Arrival and which is after what, and now we should find out the order of these 7 flights that are leaving and at what time, and again arriving at what time and how much is the journey. Then first one, C airlines is the earliest. Now hence C must be at the first place. Earliest to depart, and departure time is not after 9 am. Departure time is not after 9 am, it must be below 9 am. Below 9 am, isn't it? And C is below 9 am and its travel time is 2 hours lesser than the travel time of F airlines. Now travel time, journey, how much is that? F minus 2. If F is 8 hours, this C must be 6 hours and so on. F minus 2, this is how we are representing the data. And since A airlines has to cover the least distance, it leaves last. And whatever this A must be at the last place. It leaves last, but before 9 p.m. As before 9 p.m. Now this is 9 p.m. and the C is before 9 a.m. Don't write anything, I will give time afterwards, you can write at that time. Okay, first listen this. And since A length has to cover the least distance, it leaves last but before 9 p.m. and still completes its journey at 11 p.m. It completes, what is the time here? It completes at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. and still completes its journey at 11 p.m. D airlines leave export at Wednesday noon. Now D at what time? 12 noon. D 12 noon on Wednesday and takes 19 hours to reach its destination. 19 hours to 12 o'clock. Hence, how much time, at what time it will arrive? Destination. Arrive of this one is 19 hours. 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock. 12 hours means 12 o'clock night. And from there onwards, 12 completed, then how much more left over? 7. And this D reaches at what time? 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Thursday, the next day. 7 a.m. Thursday, isn't it? 7 a.m. Thursday and takes 19 hours to reach its destination. There is a 4-hour gap between the departure of E leaving at 10 a.m. Now this E is leaving at what time? Tell me. 10 a.m. E leaving at 10 a.m. and C airlines. As E leaves at 10 a.m. and there is a difference of 4 hours between E and C. As E is leaving at 10 a.m. and this C must leave at what time? 4 hours difference. 4 hours difference, 10 minus 4, and this C must, the departure time of this C is 6 a.m. Are you following this one or not? Now this is 6 a.m. Then, and E is 10, E airlines leaving at 10 a.m. and C. E airline take 1 hour more than the travel time of C airlines. Now this one is what? C plus 1. 1 hour more than C airlines to reach its destination. A airlines leave 5 hours after B. A is 5 hours after B. After B airlines depart, but take only 3 hours to reach its destination. Now A, yes, tell me A. Whatever this A arrived at what time? 11 p.m. How much time it took? 3 hours. As 3 hours it took, that means by what time it have started? 11 minus 3, 8. That is lesser than 9 p.m. And this A airlines started at what time? 8 p.m. And now coming to this one, E airlines take 1 hour more than travel. E airlines take 1 hour more than the travel time of C airlines to reach its destination. A airlines leave 5 hours before B. Now sir, A is leaving 5 hours before B. This A is leaving 5 hours after B. And this B must be 5 hours before A. Now this A is leaving at 8 p.m. and this B must be 5 hours before this one, that B must leave at what time? 3 p.m. Hence B is leaving at 3 p.m. and B reaching at B airlines depart. A airlines leave 5 hours after B airlines depart but take only 3 hours to reach its destination. F airlines and G airlines take 10 and 8 respectively. F is taking how much? F is taking 10 and G is taking 8. F and G are taking this one. Airlines take 10 hours and 8 hours to reach their destination respectively. And also F airlines leave at 5 p.m. F airlines leaves at what time? 5 p.m. As F and there is a gap of 8 hours between the departure of these two flights. Now between F and G, what is the difference between these two? 8 hours. Now this F is leaving at what time? F which is leaving at 8. F which is leaving at what time? 5 p.m. F which is leaving at 5 p.m. Isn't it? 5 p.m. This G is 8 hours before this 5 p.m. 8 hours before this 5 p.m. means 5 p.m. minus 8 hours. 5 p.m. minus 8 hours, 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is how much? 5 minus 4, 8 a.m. Hence which is leaving at 8 a.m.? G is leaving at 8 a.m. Isn't it? G is leaving at 8 a.m. As G is leaving at 8 a.m., tell me where can G is at 8 or 9? 9 a.m. Because 5 plus 3, 12 minus 3 is 9. Now G is leaving at 9 a.m., E is at 10 a.m., D is at 12 a.m., isn't it? F is at 5 p.m. and this is at 3 p.m. Are you getting the answer or not? Hence what is the order next to tell me? G is at what time? 9 a.m. Next one after this G, 9 a.m., E is at 10 a.m. E is at 10 a.m. After this E, which is at 10 a.m., then D is at 12. D is at 12 noon. 12 noon. After this D, next B is at 3 p.m. After this B, which is at 3 p.m., and finally F is at 5 p.m. Done with this? From where we got the information here? This is the link which is acting here. F and G. 8 hours difference, and we can able to determine G is 9, and this is fine. Now this is finalized. Then, now F, one information regarding this F. F, how much time it is taking here? F is taking 10 hours. As F is taking 10 hours, it is deposited at what time? 5 p.m. 5 p.m. to 10 hours is, 12 hours will be 5 a.m. morning, 10 hours will be 3 a.m. Thursday. 3 a.m. Thursday, isn't it? 3 a.m. Thursday. Are you following this one or not? 3 a.m. Thursday. Next, at the same time, we have discussed about one more. The longest one, 7 a.m. Thursday. D is 7 a.m. Thursday. 7 a.m. and Thursday. 7 a.m. Thursday. D finalized. Then, and along with F, G airlines 8 hours. At G airlines 8 hours, it is started at what time? 9 o'clock. 8 hours to 9 o'clock is what? 5 p.m. on the same day. 5 p.m. on the same day. As what is the total time here? Total time is 8 hours. Here this is taking how much time? D is taking what is the total time taken by this one? And D, now this D takes 19 hours. D is 19 hours, isn't it? Next one, what else can also be determined here? G finalized, and F is 10 hours. As F is 10 hours, isn't it? F is 10 hours, and whatever this A, 8 p.m. and 11 p.m., this is 3 hours. Now we need to find out F minus 2. Which is F minus 2 here? C is F minus 2, F is 10 hours. And this C must be F minus 2, 8 hours. And this is 8 hours. And if it takes 8 hours, tell me what is the time. It reaches at 2 p.m. and 8, 8, 19, 10 and 3 were done. And again we have information regarding this C plus 1. E is C plus 1. E is what? C is it? C takes 9 hours. As C takes 9 hours, this takes 9 hours. As C takes 8 hours, it takes 9 hours. As it takes 9 hours starting at 10 o'clock. And 10 o'clock means what is the time here? 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on the same day. 7 p.m. Then what is other information here? And there is a gap of 8 hours. And one flight reaches its destination at 8 p.m. One of the flight is reaching its destination at 8 p.m. Now among these 6, none of these 6 flights reaches at 8 p.m. and this must be 8 p.m. on the same day. If it reaches 8 p.m., started at 3 o'clock, reaches at 8 o'clock, and how much time it has taken? It has taken some 5 hours. Done? Is there any difficulty in this one? చెప్పండి మరి ఎందుకు వదిలేశారు? భయపడ్డారు చూసి అంతే అండి. చేశారా? చేయలేదు. Done with this, question number 16 to 20. CG, ED, BFA and departure time 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Arrival timings are respectively 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 7 a.m. Thursday, 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. Thursday, 11 p.m. And the journey timings 8, 8, 9, 19, 5, 10, 3. Done with this? Now this is about question number 16 to 20. Next to question number 16 to 20. Then 21 to 25. Now question numbers 21 to 25 syllogisms. Yes, 21 to 25. Shall I explain this one or not required? Now question numbers 21 to 25. Now possibilities were there, isn't it? Now possibilities were there and two definite conclusions and two possible conclusions. And now between these two definite conclusions, one is a negative conclusion, some 10s are not 20s, isn't it? Some 10s are not 20s, then take for this one. Some 10s are not 20s, now it is a negative conclusion. In order to get this negative conclusion, we should have a negative statement. Now negative statement between 10 and 20. Negative statement between 10 and 20 in the first one, 40 and 30. Is there any 10 or 10 in this one, 10 or 20? No. Hence choice 1 cannot be your answer. Are you following this one or not? Now we should have either 10 or 20 in this negative statement. But as neither 10 nor 20 is there, hence there is only one negative statement, choice 1 is ruled out. Then coming to choice 2, all 20 are 40s, no 40 is 10. Again, one negative statement. In this one also 40 and 30 is there, 10 and 20 is not there. This is also ruled out. Done with this? Are you catching this one or not? Then third one, 30, 50, some and 20 is 40. No. Now some 20 is 40, fine. Some 20 is 40, 20 is there. Now it should be as it is because 20 is present here. This 40 should go and 10 should come. Now there must be a statement between 40 and 10. Now 40 and 10, is there any statement here? Now the next statement, some 40s are 20. Then by taking these two, now these two can be combined. Now by combining these two, tell me are we getting this conclusion or not? Now in this one 20, this is tick and negative statement, this is sum, this is cross and cross. And what is the middle term here? Now the middle term 40 distributed, hence no 20 is 10. As no 20 is 10, from this one we can definitely prove some 10s are not 20s. From no I can definitely conclude some not. Hence this conclusion can be drawn with the help of this. Then after this, now as of now with the help of third one I can able to derive. Then coming to the second one, some 10s are 20s. Some 10s are 20s, all 30s are 50s, some 30s are 20s, isn't it? Then 20 and 10. 20 and 10, now 10 is nowhere in the first two, but whereas 20 is there. 20 is there, 30 should go and 20 should come. Now the statement must be between 30 and 10. Is there any statement here? No statement, and third one is also ruled out, isn't it? As third one is also ruled out, then we should check out with fourth one. Now in the fourth one, no 40 is 50. No 40 is 50. And again, as some 30s are 10s, all 30s are 40s, no 40 is 50. No 40 is 50. Then tell me, are we getting the answer or not? Now, some 30s are 10s. Let us draw the diagram for this one because this is the only thing left over. Some 30s are 10s. Then some 30s are 10s, all 30s are 40s. All these 30s are what? All 30s are 40s. And no 20 is 40, no 20 is 40, no 20 and 40, isn't it? No 20 is 40. And what is the next statement here? Some 40s are 10s. Some of the 40s are 10s. Some 40s are 10s, we have already taken this statement, right? Some 40s are 20s. Some 40s are 20s. Some 40s are 20s avutunda. Some 30s are 10s. All 30s are 40s. All 30s are 40s. No 40 is 50. No 40 is what? No 40 is 50. Now this is 50. No 40 is 50. And some 40s are 20s. Some of the 40s are 20s. Now tell me whether I can draw my 20 like this or not. 20. Then with the help of this one, what is the third conclusion? Some 10s are not 20s. Some of the 10s are not 20s. Is it true? Now as of now it is true. Some 10s are not 20s. But whereas, now tell me whether I can make this one false or not. All 10s are 20s, I can draw like this. If I draw like this, then what happens here? Alternate diagram proven, conclusion cannot be drawn. And this one cannot be your answer at all. Hence, what is your answer? None of this. Why I have drawn this diagram? Because now, sir, still you have some doubt if there is in the negative statement. In the negative statement, here also 40 and 50 is there. 10 and 20 is not there, hence we cannot draw the negative conclusion. In order to show this one, I have drawn this diagram. Because the first one, second one, we have eliminated the choices with the same logic only. Okay? Then can you work out the remaining questions 21 to 24? 21 to 24. Then question numbers 25 to 29. Now question numbers 25 to 29. What is the information given here? 25 to 29. Now question numbers 25 to 29. Persons of MP, NV, JK, PM, AV, how many persons are there? 11 persons. All of them are facing towards the center, seated around a circular table, right? And discussing about their future, some of them doing job and some of them studying of merchant, lecture and so on. And next one. And DR is thought to the right of CG. And whatever this DR is seated thought to the right of whom? Thought to the right of CG. And she is sitting to the immediate neighbor of the persons, she is sitting to the immediate neighbor of the persons who study PG and a housewife. Then persons who studies PG is the daughter of AV. Now the person who is studying PG is the daughter of whom? Is the daughter of AV. And AV is what? AV is a person. The person who is doing PG is the daughter of this AV. Now this AV is here. Now the person who is doing PG is the daughter of this AV. PG is the daughter of AV. AV who is a lecturer. Now this AV is what? AV is a lecturer. PM is the grandfather of BM. Now PM is the grandfather of BM. Now I can fix this PM at this place. Grandfather means this person is a male. PM is the grandfather of whom? PM is the grandfather of PM's daughter's son or daughter's child. Child is, who is that person? Is the grandfather of BM. Now this BM studies what? BM studies inter. Now this BM studies inter is the grandchild of PM, and PM is a male grandfather. Grandfather of BM who studies inter. SK sits second to the left of MP who is doing business. Now MP is what? MP is doing business. Now this MP who is doing business, CG is the husband of a professor. Now this CG is the husband of whom? CG is the husband of the professor. Now CG is the husband of the professor, and this professor is a female. CG is the husband of the professor is a female, and who is the daughter of GM? Who is the daughter of GM here? This professor is the daughter of GM. And daughter of GM. JK is the brother of RJ. JK and RJ. JK is the brother of whom? JK is the brother of RJ. JK is the brother of RJ, and he is studying degree. Who is studying degree here? JK is studying degree. BM is the only brother of NV. As BM is the only brother of NV, NV will be at this place. Brother. BM is the only brother of NV. NV who is studying 10th class. Now this NV is studying 10th class. Now sir, PM's child and their children is NV and BM. And CG is a merchant. Then CG. Whatever is CG? CG is a merchant married to a professor. CG is a merchant and son-in-law of Taylor. Now this CG who is a merchant is the son-in-law of whom? Son-in-law of a tailor. This CG is the son-in-law of Taylor. Hence, and whatever this one, CG is the son-in-law of Taylor, and this Taylor must belongs to this category. CG is either this GM is the Taylor or PM is the Taylor. Isn't it? Because PM is at the first. Then, and son-in-law of Taylor, and is sitting to the immediate left of Taylor. BM is the son of SK. Now BM is the son of whom? BM is the son of SK. BM is the son of SK is the sister of MP. SK is the sister of MP. DR is sister-in-law of CG. DR is the sister-in-law of CG. Now this CG is having sister-in-law DR, MP, isn't it? And SK is seated thought to the right of GM, and she is the sister of DR. And this person is the sister of whom? SK is the sister of DR. Now we got the people in the second generation. Who are those people? SK, MP and DR. These three persons are siblings to each other. Are you getting this one or not? Who are those three persons? SK is one and MP is the other, DR is the third. And these three persons belongs to the second generation and their parents. And who are those parents? PM and this, the person GM. PM and GM are their parents. First generation, second generation. And in the third generation we have NVBM and JKRJ. Finally apparent? Then now I am drawing the final family tree. Yes, what is the final family tree here? Then GM and PM. Now GM and PM. Now GM is a female, PM is a male, isn't it? Now these persons, these two persons is having three children. Who are those three children? Tell me. DR is one and next one MP is the other and the next one who is the other one? SK is the other. SK and again SK sits. Again I am checking out this information once again. And persons who sit PG, CG and studying immediate. Now DR, women in this film. DR is thought to the right of CG and C is sitting to the immediate neighbors of persons who study PG and a housewife. Person who studies PG is the daughter of AV. Now PG is the daughter of whom? P is the daughter of AV. AV who is a lecturer. AV is a lecturer. PM is the grandfather of BM. BM studies inter. SK studies SK sits second and who is doing business? MP is doing business. Now this person MP is doing what? MP is doing business. And CG is the husband of the professor. Now this CG is the husband of whom? CG is the husband of professor. Professor who is the daughter of GM. Now professor is the daughter of whom? Professor is the daughter of GM. Either this person or this person is the daughter. Either SK or DR is the daughter. And either SK is the professor or this person is the professor. And they get professor. And JK is the brother of RJ. CG is the husband of the professor. And professor is the daughter of GM. Professor is the daughter of whom? GM. JK is the brother of RJ. And he is studying degree. BM is the only brother of NB. CG is a merchant and son-in-law of a tailor. As CG is a merchant and son-in-law of a tailor, then who is the tailor here? And this tailor must be in the first generation. And son-in-law of tailor. And he is seated to the left of tailor. BM is the son of SK. Now BM is the son of SK. As BM is the son of SK, now this BM is studying what? Intermediate. And this person is a male. And this person is the brother of NV. And this NV is what? NV is studying 10th class. NV is studying 10th class. Then CG is a merchant. BM is the son of SK is the sister of MP. SK is the sister of MP. We have taken this one. DR is the sister-in-law of CG. Now DR is the sister-in-law of CG. Hence where should this CG? CG must be here. Then only this DR is the sister-in-law. And this CG is a male. As CG is a male, earlier we had discussed about CG is a merchant. As this CG is a merchant, this SK cannot be the professor. Then who is the professor here? DR is the professor. And this professor is married to whom? Professor is married to lecturer. And who is that person? Lecturer. Because this person is the daughter of a lecturer is clearly given. Who is this person? And this person, who is that person? AV. Hence AV is here. And this AV is what? AV is a lecturer. Clear now? Then RJ is the brother of, that is given. RJ is the brother of whom? RJ is the brother of JK. Hence RJ and JK. Then SK is the sister of MP, DR is the sister-in-law of CG. SK is seated third to the right of GM and C is the sister of DR. SK is the sister of DR. Are you getting the answer or not? Check out. SK is the sister of DR. DR is married to a lecturer. DR married to lecturer, that is AV. And DR married to lecturer. JK is the nephew of the person who is doing business. JK is the nephew means JK is a male. As JK is a male, earlier we have one information because JK is the brother of RJ. JK is the brother of RJ and JK is the nephew of the person who is doing business and GM is a housewife. As GM is a housewife, this person is a housewife. Then what about this PM? PM is a tailor because the tailor must be in the first generation because one of the person is the son-in-law of this tailor. Isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the persons were done. GM is a housewife and she is seated third to the right of her husband. Husband of DR is immediate right of his mother-in-law. Husband of DR, AV, is the immediate neighbor of mother-in-law. Then, mother-in-law, person studying plus 2 is fourth to the left of the person who is studying 10th. Fourth to the left of the person who is studying 10th. And this JK is doing degree is clearly given. A JK is doing degree and this person RJ must be PG. Why? Because AV's daughter is doing PG. First information. AV's daughter is doing PG. DR is third to the right of CG and C is seated to the immediate right of the person who is studying PG and a housewife. Isn't it? And person who studies PG is the daughter of AV. PG is the daughter of AV and this RJ is the daughter of this AV lecturer. Then which information is left over here? Now regarding this merchant and professor, isn't it? Merchant and professor are married. Akkada ichi untaru chudandi. SK. BM is the son of SK. SK who is the sister of MP. SK is the sister of MP. DR is the sister-in-law of CG and CG. And next one. SK is sitting third to the right and DR is married to a lecturer. As DR is married to a lecturer, and JK is the nephew and each couple has at least one daughter. This NV is a daughter. And now regarding this SK, CG is the merchant and son-in-law of Taylor. CG merchant son, and he is sitting to the immediate right of Taylor. CG is the husband of the professor. Fine. CG is the husband of the professor and this CG is the husband of the professor. Then whatever this one, this SK is the professor. If SK is the professor, then who is left over here? Merchant, professor, business, housewife, tailor, lecturer, degree, PG, 10th, inter, business. And who is the person left over here? Teacher is the person left over. Clear now? Now this is the family structure of this. Now we need to arrange all these persons in the circular arrangement. First write down this family tree. And question numbers 25 to 29. Done? Let's write down this one, final arrangement. GM and PM are the first couple. GM is a female housewife, PM a male tailor, and there are 3 children to this GM and PM. SK, MP, DR, and whatever this MP, as what is the gender of this MP? Any information regarding this MP? There are 5 females. As there are 5 females here, as of now we have some 5 females. Who are those 5? NV, RJ, DR, SK, GM, and this MP must be male. Clear? MP is a male. Now we need to arrange all these persons in the circular arrangement. Shall we start with this one? Completed drawing this diagram? Done? Now in total how many persons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, isn't it? 10 and 11. Now in this one you can draw this odd number of persons like anything. Then what is the first information here? Again we should go through this one. Dr is third to the right of Cg. As Dr is seated third to the right of Cg, now I am fixing Cg at this place, 1, 2, 3, Dr will be here. Dr is seated third to the right of Cg, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dr is seated third to the right of Cg, and C is sitting to the immediate neighbor of the persons who are doing PG and housewife. And who are those PG and housewife? Tell me. PG is RF and housewife is GM. Now this person is in between GM and RF, and this person is in between RF or GM in any order, and a housewife. Next one, person who is studying PG is the daughter of AV. AV who is a lecturer. PM is the grandfather of BM. BM who studies inter. SK sits second to the left of MP. SK is seated second to the left of MP. As of now we cannot represent the data here. SK sits second to the left of MP. MP is doing business. CG is the husband of Professor. Professor is the daughter of GM. JK is the brother of RJ, and he is studying degree. BM is the only brother of NV, studying 10th class. CG is a merchant and son-in-law of the tailor. CG is a merchant and is the son-in-law of whom? CG is a merchant and is the son-in-law of tailor. Son-in-law of tailor, and he is sitting to the immediate left of tailor. And CG is to the immediate left of tailor. As who is the tailor here? PM. And CG is to the immediate left of PM. As CG is to the immediate left of PM, hence PM must be at this place. CG is to the immediate left of whom? CG is to the immediate left of PM. As CG is to the immediate left of PM, and CG is to the immediate, sitting to the immediate left of PM. BM is the son of SK, who is the sister of MP. DR is the sister-in-law of CG. SK is seated third to the right of GM. SK is seated third to the right of GM. If GM is here 1, 2, 3, SK will be at this place. Or if GM is here 1, 2, 3, SK will be here. And so how many possibilities we have? We have some 2 possibilities. Then tell me where should this SK be? And if SK is at this place, this MP is what? MP is seated MP. Now this one, MP is seated second to the right of SK. Avuna kada? MP is seated second to the right of SK. If SK is here, MP will be here. Or if SK is here, MP will be here. There are 2 possibilities. And DR is married. SK is sitting third to the right of GM, and she is the sister of DR. DR is married to lecturer. JK is the nephew of the person who is doing business. GM housewife, and she is sitting third to the right of her husband. GM housewife seated third to the right of husband. GM is the husband of whom? GM is the wife of PM, and GM is third to the right of. Hence where should this GM? GM must be to the immediate right of DR, isn't it? If GM is at this place, then the person who is doing PG must be at this place. GM and RJ. RJ and the RJ. GM and RJ. Hence RJ must be at this place. Now we have done with all this. Then next one. And third to the right of her husband. Husband of DR is the immediate right of his mother-in-law. Husband of DR. Yes, tell me who is the husband of DR? Husband of DR is AV. AV is to the immediate right of whom? AV is to the immediate right of his mother-in-law. Hence who is the mother-in-law? GM is the mother. Hence AV at this place. If AV at this place, SK cannot be here. As SK cannot be here, hence where should this SK? SK must be at this place. Clear now? SK will be at this place. If SK is at this place, isn't it? SK at this place, if SK is here and MP is seated second to the right of SK, MP will be at this place. Done? And person studying inter. And who is that person studying inter here? BM. He is fourth to the left of the person who is studying 10th. Now BM is fourth to the left of 10th is who is that person? NV. Hence BM is fourth to the left of NV. This person is BM and this person is NV. And who is the person left over? Tell me here. JK is the person left over. Hence JK must be in between these two. Right then? Now today whatever the sets we have discussed, almost all you people have left those questions. Avuna kada? Chesara emana? Cheyaleru. Is there any set which is so much difficult or logic based? చెప్పండి, ఏదైనా ఉందా? పైనుంచి కింద వరకు అలా ఒక్కసారి చదువుకుంటే సరిపోయింది. The only thing is he started scaring you by giving the information. ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చూసే భయపడిపోతున్నారు మీరు. డిఆర్, విఆర్, ఎంఆర్, జిఆర్ 11 minutes మన వల్ల కాదు వదిలేసారు. అంతకుముందు మీనా, మోనా and again same type of, you have left this one. And again in the case of flights, 7 flights, departure time, the arrival order of this one, arrival time, departure time, timing is given, hence we have left this one. Okay, hence please make all these sets for reminder. Again work out this on your own after going to your home today and again on Sunday as well. ఇలాంటి రిమైండర్స్ పెట్టుకోవాలి. And now if you observe here these days, at least per day we are having 1 or 2 sets of difficult sets. అవునా కదా? Hence in 1 week, how many you can able to accumulate? At least 10 to 15 sets will be accumulated. All those 10 to 15, if you keep on practicing on every Sunday, that will be very much enough. Or else there won't be any difference. ప్రతిసారి వస్తున్నారు, వింటున్నారు, వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు, వస్తున్నారు, వింటున్నారు, వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. Isn't it? And this is about question numbers 25 to and 25 to 29. Done with this one? As 30 to 34, coded inequalities. Can you work out this one, 30 to 34? 30 to 34. Shall I explain this one? Then 35 to 39, as question numbers 35 to 39. Now tell me whether you have completed this one or not, 35 to 39. Now persons, who are the persons here? Yes, so how many persons are there? Now 7 persons. Naresh, Parmesh, Suresh, Mahesh, Kamesh, Ramesh. Isn't it? Jayesh lived in 7. Now if you observe here, the names of these 7 persons are starting with 7 different letters or not? Hence let us represent the first letter rather than writing all the 7 letters. Now sir, 7 persons, now living on 7 different floors. Now 7, 6, 5, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are the 7 close persons. And who are those persons? Tell me. NPSM, 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 KRJ, KRJ. That is now J, K, isn't it? JKM, N, JKMN, PRS. PRS are the 7 persons. Fine. All these 7 persons with 7 different, then are living on 7 different floors. And what is the other information given along with this one? 7 different floors and ages. Ages and the profession. Ages and the profession were given. First the person, next one, and the age, and finally the profession. Okay? Now rather than writing 2 different cases, I am fixing this one because the space is not that much. Okay? And in general, we will write the floors at the center, right hand side, left hand side, 2 possibilities. Then in this, and the ages were also clearly given. Now here if you observe here, the ages were not given in a sequential order. Now we need to write this one in a sequential order. What is the sequential order here? 21, 21, 25, now 21, 25, 28, 30, 21, 25, 33, 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 51 are the 7 persons. 7 persons. Clear now? Now 7 persons. Now 7 persons, and Ramesh lived immediately above or immediately below the floor on which Mahesh lives. Hence Ramesh and Mahesh are adjacent to each other in any order. Isn't it? Now this is what the first information we have taken. And each one of them belongs to different profession. Ramesh lived immediately above or below the floor on which Mahesh lives. One who is a flutist lived on odd number floor but not immediately below or immediately above the floor of Jayesh. And he is not lived on ground floor. And who does not live on the ground floor here? The person who belongs to flutist. Now flutist is not adjacent to this one, and this flutist is not adjacent to whom? He is not adjacent to Jayesh. Now the person who among the flutists is not adjacent to whom? Adjacent to Jayesh. Adjacent to Jayesh, and is not on the ground floor. Parmesh lived on even number floor but not on second floor. And so how many possibilities do we have? We have some 2 possibilities. What are those 2? Parmesh can be 4 or 6, isn't it? And Parmesh lived on even number floor. If Parmesh is here, there is one possibility, and the second possibility, Parmesh can be on the 6th floor. And Parmesh, but not on second floor, the one who is 21 year old lived below the age of the one, lived below the age of 33. 21 is below 33. 21 is below 33. Pilot lived on even number floor between the floors of Jayesh and flutist. Pilot is in between Jayesh and flutist. Suresh, an actor, lived above Jayesh, and one who has the age of 25 is lived immediately below or immediately above the floor of actor. Jayesh lives on even number. No, so Jayesh lives on even number floor but not on second floor. Now tell me what about this Parmesh and Jayesh? If Parmesh is on the 4th floor, Jayesh must be on the 6th floor but not on the second floor. Or if Jayesh is on the 4th floor, Parmesh must be on the 6th floor. Can we fix these 2 or not? Hence as Parmesh is here, now we are fixing Jayesh at this place. If Jayesh is at this place, Jayesh is in between. Pilot is lived in an even number floor between whom? Floors of Jayesh and flutist. Then who is the flutist here? Yes, tell me who is the pilot. Now P is the pilot. Why P is the pilot? Because pilot is on an even number floor between Jayesh and flutist, isn't it? Hence as flutist cannot be here. Hence where should this flutist be? Flutist must be either 2 or 3 in any order. Odd number. As flutist is an odd number, flutist cannot be 1. Hence flutist must be where? Flutist must be on 3rd floor. Flutist must be on the 3rd floor. Fixed now? Pilot fixed, flutist fixed, and J and P were fixed. Then Jayesh lives. Suresh is an actor lived above Jayesh. Suresh, an actor lived above Jayesh. Suresh is here and the profession is actor. Suresh, an actor lived above Jayesh. One who has the age of 25 is lived immediately below an actor. And one is 25. 25 below this actor, who is that person? Is none other than Jayesh. And one who has the highest age lived in odd number floor but not on ground floor. Highest odd number floor but not on ground floor, and this highest can be either 3 or 5. And 3 or 5, what is the age of this one? 51. Hence either 51 can be on the 3rd floor or on the 5th floor, 51. Then Jayesh lives on even number floor but not. Police at the age of 33 lived on even number. Now police is 33, lived on even number floor below pilot. Below pilot means where should this police be? Police must be on the 2nd floor. And what is the age of this person? This person is 33. Police who is 33 below this pilot on an even number. Now 33, now 21 is below this 33, hence 21 must be at this place, isn't it? Then flutist and Jayesh are not adjacent to each other. As Jayesh is here, flutist, this information anyhow we have taken. And R and M. What is this one? Ramesh and Mahesh are adjacent to each other. Ramesh and Mahesh are adjacent to each other. Ramesh lived immediately below the floor Mahesh lives. And police has the age of 33, lived on even number floor below pilot. Mahesh is a student and lived immediately below police. Mahesh is a student, lived immediately below police. If Mahesh is here, and Ramesh must be here because these two persons are adjacent to each other and below police. Driver does not have the age of 35. Driver is not 35, and please remember this one, there is no space to write down this at all. Driver is what? Driver is 35. Now driver's age is 35. There is one floor between Jayesh and the one who is 35. Jayesh and 35, there must be exactly one floor. Hence where should this 35? Jayesh is here and 35-year-old is this one. Now this information is not at all required because anyhow this pilot is 35-year-old and that information is not required. And Jayesh, one who has 33, is living below Jayesh. 35 is living below Jayesh. Jayesh who is living, 35 is living below Jayesh. Kamesh has the age of 30 years. As Kamesh has the age of 30 years, isn't it? Kamesh is 30. Lawyer has the age of either highest or the lowest. Lawyer is either highest or lowest. Now this, whatever this M is a student. The lowest person is a student. As this person is a student, lawyer is 51-year-old. As lawyer is 51, 51 can be either 3 or 5. 3 is not possible because flutist is there. And this person is lawyer. And what is the age of this lawyer? Lawyer's age is 51. If this is 51, then what else is left over here? Now we are left with K who is 30 years old. As K who is 30 years old, what is the only possibility? K and 30. K and 30. Then what else is left over? Tell me here. SJ, PK, RM. SJ, PK, RM, N is there. N will be at this. Then the ages 21, 25, 28. 28 is an actor. And coming to this professions, actor, lawyer as driver. Driver is here. Now, sir, to be frank, if you observe here, as to be frank, if you observe in this one, have you gone through the entire information at all? మొత్తం చదివేమండి. ఎక్కడెక్కడో మధ్య మధ్యలో తీసుకున్నాం, మొత్తం చదవనే లేదు మనం. చదవకనే మనకు వచ్చేసింది. ఎందుకు వదిలేస్తున్నారు మరి? Isn't it? Now we have not considered the entire statement. Meanwhile, we have left some of the statements. Now from where we have started here? Now 2 is ruled out for those two persons. Who are those two? Jayesh and this Parmesh. Either it could be 4 or 6. If you start from that one, flutist is finalized, isn't it? Pilot is finalized. అయిపోయింది మొత్తం arrangement అంతా. Clear now? And this is the final arrangement. Now you need to practice these sets at least 2 to 3 times today itself. Here is a practice set, today and tomorrow. And done with this one, 35 to 39, please write down this arrangement. And the arrangement is SJ, NP, KRM, and the ages are 28, 25, 51, 35, 30, 33, 21, and the professions are actor, driver, lawyer, pilot, flutist, police, and a student. And this is the final arrangement for question numbers 35 to 39. And finally question number 40. As tell me what about question number 40 here? Now in this question number 40, it comes under which category? Critical reasoning. Despite. Underline this word despite. Now despite the government's continued efforts, despite the government's continued effort, that means this government is keeping on putting the efforts. For the development of what? For the development of tribal groups. For the development of tribal groups, this government is consistently putting some work. And the progress made in relation to development of those groups is negligible. Though the government is putting an efforts on this one, but as a result, there is no result in this one. And a leader of tribal group of country X. Now this leader of this group. Now this leader of this group is claiming that though the government is focusing on this one, but whereas we are not getting any final result. Hence, where is the problem lies? Tell me here. Government continued effort. Though the government is putting some action, though the action is there, still there is no result, which implies that it is not giving final result. That means what could be the result? Whatever the efforts they are doing, that efforts are not in a streamline, isn't it? Now we need to discuss about this one. Then choice one. What about choice one here? Then as courses of action means what should be the final result? Now the statement is what? In the statement, what is the problem? The problem is now these tribal groups are not getting any result at all. What should be the final result in this case? Now the final or the desired result must be these tribal groups should get some result. By implementing which course of action we are getting that result, that is the perfect course of action, isn't it? Then coming to question number choice one. Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Now Ministry of Tribal Affairs should collect should collect authentic, Ministry of Tribal Affairs should collect authentic data of the tribal group population in the country and conduct tried by benchmark of tribal groups within a time frame. By doing so, that means now we need to categorize actually who are the tribals, whether these persons are the apt persons or not, isn't it? By doing so, whether it helps in order to get the result or not. Only for those people they will give this one. Now if you take the case of this one, for these people, ration cards. Now this ration public distribution system, PDS. Through this public distribution system, earlier what happens here, and before the election time, these leaders used to supply like anything. After that one, they keep on cutting this one. Why they will cut this, all these pink, isn't it, pink cards and so on, because, why they will cut? Because the expenditure will be more. And because the result will not be there. The result means those who are really poor, those people are not getting the final thing. And in order to get the final thing, these people will cut down all these pink cards, isn't it? And this is the case. Now understanding or finalizing the data, who are the persons who are really poor and who are the tribals. And by doing so, whether there is an effect or not. Second one, information including tribal groups, sources status should be gathered in a time bound. Now here, sources status. Sources status means how far they can able to, isn't it? How far they are poor, whether they are poor or whether they need government's help or not. And the third one, rehabilitation programs should be launched to rehabilitate tribal groups in their own areas. And a bill should be moved in the parliament in this regard. By implementing these three, whether we can able to solve the problems of this one, by implementing this, these tribal groups are in a position to get the result or not? Yes. Hence, what is your answer here? All the three choice, 2 is the answer. By implementing all these three, we can ensure there will be a progress in the final result for the tribal group. Hence 40, it is choice 2 is the answer. Here, now this is about paper number 33. Paper number 33, question numbers 1 to 40. Yes, this is the last session for today and there is no quant session.